think the Obama administration is working to curtail the production of oil in the U.S. in favor of green energy sources? Think again. The International Energy Agency has today published its World Energy Outlook and, according to the IEA, the United States is on track to become the #1 oil producer in the world by 2020. And it gets better, so much so that I hope the Obama bashers out there are sitting down, because this is going to sting a bit. The report further indicates that by 2035, the U.S. will reach energy self-sufficiency and go from being an importer of oil. We currently import 20% of our total energy needs from other nations to a net oil exporter. As reported by CBS News Money Watch and confirmed by today's IEA report, U.S. oil output is surging so fast that the U.S. could soon overtake Saudi Arabia as the world's biggest producer. Driven by high prices and new drilling methods, U.S. production of crude and other liquid hydrocarbons is on track to rise 7% this year to an average of 10.9 million barrels per day. This will be the fourth straight year of crude increases and the biggest single-year gain since 1951. The boom has surprised even the experts. 5 years ago, if I or anyone had predicted today's production growth, people would have thought we were crazy, says Jim Burkhard, head of oil markets research at IHS Sarah, an energy consulting firm. So, how did this happen? While the oil ideologues and the never quite satisfied oil companies were busy trashing the Obama administration in the effort to persuade us that Obama is anti-oil, we learn that the major factor driving domestic production higher is a newfound ability to squeeze oil out of rock once thought too difficult and expensive to tap. Drillers have learned to drill horizontally into long, thin seams of shale and other rock that holds oil, instead of searching for rare underground pools of hydrocarbons that have accumulated over millions of years. There are additional explanations for our leap forward. The long-lasting high prices being paid for oil has provided drilling companies with the money and the motivation to develop the new techniques for getting oil out of the ground. Drilling in the Gulf of Mexico, which had been dramatically curtailed after the BP oil disaster in 2010, has begun to grow, reflecting some large oil finds there. The natural gas glut has caused natural gas drilling to be curtailed, making drilling equipment and workers available to shift to going after the oil. For those who have been paying attention, this should not come as such big news. However, few have been paying attention to the facts, as the partisans have worked overtime to paint the Obama administration as being anti-oil and anti-natural gas. Why? Because the president and his Environmental Protection Agency has had the temerity to impose stricter air pollution requirements on fracking operations that were spewing dangerous methane gas into the air. This is precisely why I long ago concluded that all the talking heads on TV and radio who so vehemently object to these EPA-ordered air pollution measures must be required to live with their families within 2 miles of a fracking operation exempted from EPA requirements. Let's see how offensive they find these measures when it is their kids who are forced to breathe in these toxic fumes rather than someone else's children.